Hello everyone, welcome back to Engineering 100. I'd like to explain the extra credit for this assignment right now. And if you look up here under number 1 and you go to, it says 10 points extra credit for the stuff in blue. So what we want to do is we want to replace anything in blue with a formula. So here's $113. That's overtime, right? And overtime is based off of regular time, which is $75 an hour. So if you were going to create a formula here, you would simply take the contents of this cell, multiply by 1.5. 1.5 times 75 is actually 112.50. If I click on the 113 here, you can see it actually is 112.50. And then you'd move on to, let's say, this cell right here. And it says percent of material budget. So how can you generate 25% based off of 50% and 25%? Well, so 100% of the budget is 100%, so you could say 100% minus 50% minus 25% will give you 25%. And then I need to show you how you would generate the 5, the 3, and the 2. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show you one of these. It says TOs per function code, and these numbers right here are generated from this list right here, and all it basically does is it counts the number of NIs, VFs, and EBs. So if we do a manual count here, you can see that it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's where the number 5 comes from. But we need to do that with a function. So let me show you. You would go to Formulas up here at the top, and you can go to More Functions, and then hold your mouse on Statistical, and hold it there, and then scoot over and down and find Count If. So we're going to find Count If, and then it asks you for the range. Well, what it's basically asking you is, where do you want to look? So I'm going to look from here to here, and now it's asking you criteria, so it's really asking you, what are you looking for? And I'm looking for the letters N and I. So I type in NI there, and I click OK. And you can see when I click here, I've got the function that looks for NI, and it's counted 5. Okay, now if you copy this, it's going to be incorrect, isn't it? It's going to be a 4 and a 3, and that's not what we want. How come? Because I believe we're still looking for NI, so we don't want to do that. So you would perform using the same function here, but instead of looking for NI in this cell, you would look for EB, and in this cell you would look for VF. So you actually could copy this formula, and then you could edit it if you wanted to. You could go up here and get rid of it and backspace it off, and you could type an an EB and a 3, and so on and so forth. So anyway, that'll give you an idea how to do this one. This one should be 2, right? So instead of NI, what should it say? It should say VF. So I could edit this one as well. And a VF. And there we go. So that's where that comes from. TO function code, monthly material budget, it's $125,000. So under the task order function code, NI receives 50% of the material budget. Well, what's the material budget? If we scroll on up here and take a look, it's $250,000. Now that $250,000, 50% of that is $125,000. $125,000 divided by 5 equals $25,000. 25% of 250,000 is 62,500. 62,500 divided by 3 equals 20,833. And last but not least, 25% of $250,000, once again, is 62,500 divided by 2 equals 31,250. So anyway, using these numbers right here, this number and this number, you need to generate that number. So how would you do it? Well, we'll do one quickly. Equals that number right there divided by the TOs per function code, and I'll hit the enter button, and you can see I get 25,000. Can I copy this one down? You can probably copy it and it'll work just fine. So this one was copyable. So anyway, that's how you do your extra credit. Hope that helps.